Well, John, how does it feel to be Hawick Community Committee Chairman for another term?
Yeah, Euan, I was quite happy to get elected again as Chairman. I've enjoyed my 3 year I had, and it meant a lot to us that the committee still felt I could do another 3 years, do a job for them for 3 years. So no, I was really quite happy and looking forward to working with the rest of the committee again. So no, quite chuffed.
And how have you found being Chairman for the last 3 years?
I think it's not been easy. Obviously with COVID the first 2 years, very difficult decisions had to be made. But I think when you're in that position you have to make decisions, and obviously we made the right decisions at the time. It wasn't what we wanted. So I found the first 2 years really tough. We're not actually getting a common riding at the end of it. But the third year, getting a common riding and getting other folk back involved and everything, so it was worthwhile for that. But no, it's not been easy, but I've enjoyed it.
As you say, that first year obviously it got cancelled quite close to the common riding. Take us through that whole kind of process that you had to kind of go through.
Well, we had a meeting, and obviously Kent things weren't great, and we had a meeting with the other office bearers, and we made this decision to go along and just say, right, we'll cancel the common riding for this year. And it was a horrible job. Master of the ceremonies, Ex Cornet John Hogg and myself went along and visited a Cornet-elect and his acting father and just said, look, we can't go ahead. And that was a very hard decision. I'm sure there were some tears after it away, but we did the right thing looking back, but it wasn't a nice thing to do. It wasn't nice.
But importantly, of course, in 2020 you still managed to ride the marches later on in the year.
Oh yes, we tried our best to do everything the best we could with what we had. I think we done the right thing. We walked the first year, and then the second year we got out on horseback with 4 principals. This has to be done, no matter when. We have to do it every year. It's in our constitution, so we made sure it was done to the best ability in what we had available at the time.
And obviously in 2021, the second year it was cancelled, you had a much longer time to plan, so you got a full kind of programme of virtual events. Yeah,
that was, it was quite interesting. As you can yourself, he was involved a bit. It was a lot of hard work, and I think a lot of folk thought we taken too much on. But I think by the end of the 6 weeks, the Hawick Common Committee came through a lot of plaudits from all over the world, exiled theories, folk that didn't care very much about Hawick Common riding got a chance to see the common riding from another side, and I think we kept Hawick Common riding to the fore with the virtual common ridings, which was a great stuff. Really happy with that. And of course,
in 2021 you got to ride the marches on the actual day, but you had to keep it a secret.
Well, we try to keep it a secret. To be honest, we did try and keep it a secret, but it's like anything in Hawick, you try and keep it quiet. But we didn't cause any harm, and it just showed that Hawick folk wanted to see it being done. There was Hawick folk appearing all over the place, and we did get to mark the boundaries, and that's the most important thing, and we kept everybody as safe as we could. So no, it was great to get it done.
And then of course there was, because of the 2 years, there was a huge kind of build up in the lead into 2022, and how did that obviously go, your first proper common riding as chairman?
It was like at the beginning when I taken over as chairman, I was very nervous about taking on the role as chairman. So back at this year in 2022, it all came back to us to think, oh, we're having a common riding, this has to be right, it has to be the best we can make it, and you get all things through your mind. Is this right, is that right? But I had great support for our committee. We've got a great committee, and the folk of Hawick got behind you, and everything went as good as we wanted to go on. We got today all the ride routes, we got to see the public back on the high street, we've seen the birds got the shows, we've seen the folk up the mare, we've seen visitors coming back, which was really important to get a common riding back on the move.
And of course, because you're chairman, you then got to go other common ridings and experience other times as common ridings in your role as Hawick Common Riding chairman. So what was that like? I've
really enjoyed it. Over the years I've done a lot of common ridings. I've been involved in common ridings for over 50 years, but actually gone as chairman of Hawick Common Riding Committee and Hawick Common Riding, the welcome you get is unbelievable. You get a great welcome on your cornet, right and left and up and further, and that I got the same sort of courtesy for other towns that I visited, and it was a privilege, and I have a lot of pride in Hawick, and it was a privilege to be representing Hawick. But everybody was great to see, the Hawick Common Rhine being represented. So no, it was a great experience.
And I suppose that's one of the things that every time's kind of got a mutual respect for each other, that each has got their own kind of traditions.
Oh, it's huge. Can we all have wood banter? We have wood banter with other tunes, but especially in Hawick, we respect every other border town. They've got their traditions, their customs, and we as a town respect them in every way. So we'd never change that, and I hope it never ever changes. But we've got great camaraderie between everybody in the borders.
Coming back to Hawick Common Rhine 2022, there was a financial loss that was reported at the AGM last week. Why do you think that kind of was, and how will that affect next year's Common Rhine?
I think it's disappointing that you have a loss. No business wants a loss, but we missed 2 Common Rhines, so we thought, well, Way's got to be coming back, and we've got to get a lot of support. We made a huge decision in not changing any of the prices. For 3 years, that's a long time not to change any prices. And I think it's worse now, but even then things were up in price. We found that. And as I say, it was disappointing. We will look at this for next year. We've got some different ideas coming in to try and help with the costs of Common Riding. But we did expect a loss, and obviously disappointing, but we will work hard to make amends for next year.
And you mentioned different ideas, and one of the ideas that kind of came about last year that then went through was opening the balcony for the overseas night. Was that a success?
I think it was a small success. We could have done with a lot more folk there, but you can't what it's like when you make a change. You get some people who come along and word of mouth, because it's a great concert. At the end of the day, it's a lovely concert. You see the visitors coming back, and I think next year, if we have it again, I think we'll probably have a lot more there, because as I say, the word of mouth getting around to say it's a nice evening, everybody enjoys a sing song, we'll get more then. So that's a small idea, but it was a good idea. So just little things like that, we'll try and get some money back from that sort of thing going forward.
Another thing that was big to see last year was the amount of exterior camera people that came in to film stuff for various different programmes. That must be a huge benefit to the Common Rhine under town. I
think when these come out, Euan, I think they'll be great for the town. I think the Paul Merton show, they were really happy the way it went. We're looking forward to that. That should be coming out very soon. They put a lot of work into that day, and the reports I've had back from them, they were chuffed to bits with all the support they got for anybody they spoke to in the town. The public were great for them, and I think when it does go out there, it's got to go all over Scotland, hopefully all over Britain, and they can see that we have got something special in Hawick at the Common Rhine time.
And it shows that the Common Rhine is very open to having visitors in and showing what it's got.
Hawick Common Rhine is open to anybody. I've often been asked, is it a tourism event? Maybe not a tourism event, because you come along, but take it as part of your holiday, take it as part of your visiting the Scottish borders or visiting Scotland. Come along and see what we've got to offer, but it's open to everybody.
And going forward from that, as you say, what are your targets for you, especially as chair? What's your targets for the next 3 years?
My target is to make sure that Hawick Common Rhine is to the fore. The public of Hawick, the visitors, the exiles, all come to see Hawick at its best. We have got something very special here. We don't want to make big changes to things. We've got our ceremonies and everything. We'll keep them that way, but everybody can come along and support them and have a look at Hawick at its best. That's my aim, and I think I was always brought up, leave something better than when you got it, and I've got another 3 years, so hopefully at the end of that 3 years I'll leave a Common Riding stronger than what it was when I came in.
Now obviously you're the chairman, but there is a committee there that you have to kind of take charge of, and there has been a change in the position of assistant master ceremonies at the committee. Can you talk us to that, please? Yeah,
obviously Ex Cornet John Hogg has been master ceremony for a few years now, and sorry to say he's not keeping the best of health. He's been a great supporter to me when I was chairman for the first 3 years, so to lose Ian, it is disappointment, but we can only thank him for the work he's put in, and knowing Ian, he'll be in the background shouting and bawling at us to make sure things are right. So obviously disappointing losing him, but we've a very good man in ex-acting Father Graham Paxton coming in, who's been on the committee for many years, lots of experience, so I'm sure he'll fill Ian's boots very well.
And there are also some other kind of committee members stepping down. Talk us through those, and And how do you feel the committee are going to work together over the next 3 years?
Obviously, we'd like to lose committee men or committee women, sorry, who look to get a lot of continuity. We like to keep that, but it's also nice to have a change with some new ideas coming in. We're very disappointed to lose Bernard Smith, Davy Oliver and Stuart Hay. Very disappointed, but they've done a lot of work over the years and we can only thank them for that. But with the new guys coming in, we've got some new ward reps, we've got Ex Cornets coming in, we've got youngsters coming in, Euan, which can only help and bolster new ideas, different ideas. So yes, we're disappointed to lose people, but we've always got people who want to come in and help us with the best of their ability. So looking forward to working with everybody then.
But it is a small coming in committee for the size of the event that it runs. So how would you like to see other townspeople get involved in the running of the coming round?
Euan, you're 100% correct saying it's a small committee for a big event. We would love members of the public to get involved. Anybody in Hawick can get involved in Hawick Come Riding. I've got some great friends that wouldn't go near a horse. They wouldn't go near anything like that, but they can still support Hawick Come Riding by coming along, putting a surcoat on a ride-out day, helping with the traffic control, helping with road closures and things like that. So anybody, and I'd love anybody to come along and join us. Everybody's welcome to join us on the days of the ride-outs just to help out, and the ceremonial events over the coming weekend. More the merrier.
And obviously Hawick Mare is the big weekend, the way it kind of comes to a kind of finish, and that's kind of something that probably gets attended by the most amount of people. I just want to kind of touch on, and I know it's something that you've got a lot of experience in, but like, what's all included in the preparation at Hawick Mare for the coming round weekend?
Well, when you think of the come riding, everybody just turns up and they think it just happens. But we're there for the whole week, putting up fences, putting up ropes, putting up tents, putting up all the things that we need up there. We have to get ready for the stalls coming and everything like that. So it actually starts on the Monday morning. First thing on the Monday morning after the Cornet's chase, the committee are up there putting stuckings in, ropes in, marking everything off. A heck of a lot of work goes into it. And again, if anybody wants to come up on the Monday, Tuesday or the Wednesday to help out, they're very welcome. But there's a heck of a lot of work. And even onto the Thursday, when the shows and that come in, we'll have to be there to make sure in the right place and everything's done correctly. So a heck of a lot of work goes into it. Heck of a lot.
And especially even, you could talk weeks and months before that, and you've got like the race committee organising the racing, and then also the bins and toilets and things like that. It's
amazing how much work's involved. We've started, we'll have our first committee meeting in January, starting towards the climax in May and June. You have to organise toilets, as you say, they have to come in, bins. Then on the Sunday we have to clear everything up. It has to be left as clear as it was on the Thursday morning before we started. So a lot of organising, but we just get on with it. We just get on with it, and hopefully everybody enjoys herself.
And just finally, going into 2023, that'll mark 40 years since you were Cornet. What are your memories from that special year in 1983?
Did you have to bring that up, did you? 40 years. Oh, Euan, 40 years. I remember everything. I remember for getting asked in January, going round the farms, from where we're sitting at the moment, I was picked for just across the road for this office. I remember the picking night, I remember everything. Sadly, a lot of the people that supported us then are not here now, but I had great memories. It was something I wanted to do for a long, long time. I was actually due to get married in April, but Margaret very nicely said she would postpone for 2 years, so we had a great time together. I had a great acting man father in Alan and Doc Graham, and it's hard to think it's 40 years, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to ride every ride out on the Saturdays anyway. I'm intending doing that to mark my 40th year, so looking forward to it, but it's hard to believe it's 40 years.
Well, John, thank you very much, and best wishes for your next term as chairman.
Thanks very much, Euan.